With this particular example, we are dealing with probability. This one gets a little bit more complicated. We've got a jar that contains 10 red tiles and 15 blue tiles. And then we're going to be selecting 6 of these tiles, and we're going to select them randomly from this jar. And it's asking what's the probability that at least one of the tiles is red. And that can be pretty complicated to figure out how many different possibilities in which one can be red. An easier way to do this one is to find what they call its complement. In other words, if we find what the amount of just selecting blue tiles are, then we can subtract that from 1, and that will give us our answer of how many, at least one of them being red. So let's find out first what's the probability that we're going to select only blue tiles. So 6 are selected at a time. Remember that probability is the desired number divided by the total possible outcomes. So the desired number here is we're trying to select 6 tiles from 15. Okay, so we're going to select 6 blue tiles from 15 blue tiles up there. Okay, so that's going to be our combination. We're going to do our 15 factorial over 6 factorial, 15 minus 6. Now remember, you can do these on your calculator, and I'll show you how in just a second here. So let's bring in our calculator. Let's bring in the TI Nspire first. And this one is a 15, and we're choosing 6. So again, our combinations, we find those in our menu right here. We go to Menu, Probability, Combinations. And so then we're going to do 15, comma, 6. It's 15, choose 6. Then we just hit Enter. We'll get our answer, 5005, which is what we got right here. And let's do the same thing on the TI-84. That way you can see how it works. And I've got it too big. Let's shrink it down just a little bit here. Let's clear out of here. Okay, clear, and we've got 15. We type in that number first. Then we go to our Math menu here, and we go over to Probability. And right here, the third option down is our combinations, N, choose R. So that's option number 3. 15, choose, and it's 6. And then we just hit Enter, and that'll give it to us here as well. Okay, so that's how you do it on both of those calculators. But anyway, going back to this, so that's how many our desired are. We have 5,005 different desired ones that we can choose from. And this is, remember, probability is the desired divided by the total number of possible outcomes. And so the total number of possible outcomes, that we can do different ways. We can choose 6 tiles, but let's see, there are 25 available here. So we're going to do the combination. This time it's going to be 25, choose 6. Okay, and again, we can plug those into the calculator the exact same way, but 25, choose 6 will give us 177,000. So the probability of choosing all blue ones would be 5,005 divided by 177,100, which, if you plug this in your calculator, we'll round it off to the nearest hundredth. Will be fine at this point. That would be 0.03. So it's roughly 0.03. Now, that's the probability of selecting only blue tiles, but that's not what this question asked us. The question asked what's the probability of selecting at least one red. So if it's not only blue, that means at least one of those has to be red. So what we're going to do now is we're going to subtract that number right here, this 0.03, from 1. The probability of selecting at least one red would be that, 1 minus whatever the probability is of only selecting blue. So 1 minus 0.03 would give us 0.97. So we have a 0.97 probability that we're going to select at least one red one if we're choosing 6 different tiles on this particular one.